This is my IIM Shillong interview experience of 2024 coming up very shortly on my channel. Do watch this video till the very end to know what questions were asked to me, how I reacted to them, what was my extempore topic, and my suggestions to you who is preparing will be. Wish you all the very best to all the aspirants who are watching, and keep watching till the very end. This is my IIM Shillong interview experience 2024. My IIM Shillong interview is happening today. It is the 10th of April, my last offline interview in this very beautiful property in Kolkata. It's called the Oberoi Grand. And just look at the beautiful property. I mean, it's beautiful. Just look at the beautiful scenery. And it's a cloudy day. And even it's so hot in Kolkata, but still I can shoot here. So it's such a beautiful day to shoot here. And our reporting time was 8 a.m. I reached the venue at around 7:30 a.m. And once I reached the venue, we were asked to sit in this banquet hall. And once we were waiting in this banquet hall, we were called in for our registration. We had to go with our CAT admit card. Do not forget to take a printout of your CAT admit card and bring it along with you. CAT scorecard would not do. CAT admit card is a must if you're coming for the interview. So you have to bring your CAT admit card. Along with that, you have to bring your original ID proof, which you uploaded during the CAT IIM Shillong application form, which you have uploaded before coming here. And then we were asked to wait. And after we waited over here, we were called in for our registration. Once our registration was done, a SMS was sent to our mobile with our panel numbers. My panel was panel 1. There were total 5 panels. And after that, we were having our interview. And I was the first person to be interviewed. My reporting time was 8 a.m. and I reached at around 7:45 a.m. And after reaching, we were taken to this again banquet hall where we were all made to sit. And then we were called in for our registration. Our registration was done, and then we had to sign an attendance sheet. After that, we were asked to wait. We can have a refreshments, tea, coffee. And after that, the admin member, he said that we will receive an SMS with our panel number. So there were 5 panels in total. I was in panel 1 and I was the first person to be interviewed. So we received our panel numbers, and then the admin member, he was calling out our serial numbers. And then he also briefed about the admission and the interview process at IIM Shillong. So what he said, and one key factor here is, he said that this is not a personal interview. This is a personal interaction. In your call letter also, you will see that this is a personal interaction and not a personal interview. While he said that this is a personal interaction, it meant that this will not be any kind of grilling or any kind of tough or bad stress scenario. This will be a very conversational, very normal interaction. They getting to know your strengths, they getting to assess you better. And he also said that there will be a very high weightage on good communication skills, and there will be marks on good communication, and it will be tested via an extempore. So guys, in my panel, I was in panel 1, and in my panel there were 2 professors. One was a female professor, one was a male professor. The female professor was Professor Sheetal. She was a professor of strategy and liberal studies. And the male professor was a professor of marketing. He was Professor Bidyut Jyoti Gogoi. I'm very sorry if I'm pronouncing the names wrong, but these were the 2 professors in my panel, panel number 1. So first of all, when I entered the interview room, the first thing I was asked was to hand them over my ID card, which I had uploaded during my IIM Shillong application form. Also, my all kinds of certificates folder. So then they say that we'll give you a topic about to speak. You will have 2 minutes of thinking time and then 3 minutes of speaking time, total 5 minutes. So they gave me an extempore. The extempore topic for me was so far so good. Now, this was a very good topic which I got. Like I tweaked this topic in a way wherein I pitched in all kinds of tell me about yourself, whatever I have done in my career so far, in my school life, college life, my hobbies, everything. I've said that so far so good, so far so good, so far so good. I also told them that, oh, today I got a little bit late because of some car issues, but so far it's going so good because I met Karthik Aryan at the hotel. He's shooting here for Bhool Bhulaiya 3, and it was such a good interaction. Then I also told them about my hobbies, about my work ex, everything, and I just related everything with so far so good, that whatever I've been doing so far, they are so good. And at about 2.5 to 2 minutes 45 seconds mark, I believe, this is my estimate, they told me that now stop, you need to summarize. Then I summarized that everything that I've been doing in my life so far, it was so far so good, and now going forward I'm looking forward to doing an MBA from IIM Shillong. And that's about the extempore. In the extempore, there are few things which I want to highlight. First thing is the topics that are usually given for extempore here at IIM Shillong, which I also heard from other friends, are usually the idiom topics. A few topics which I can name, which I have heard from friends, is to each his own, talking turkey. All were idiom phrases, and they actually have a lot of room for creativity. Even if you don't know a particular topic, for example, you can say that, to my understanding, this phrase means this, and you can go ahead and speak a lot about it in your own way, in your creativity. One negative point about extempore is you shouldn't fumble, and you should not stop speaking. You should continue speaking until unless they ask you to stop, or until unless you think that you have summarized the entire thing and reached a conclusion. Because the main point of judging in an extempore is your communication skills and how you can frame things in your mind and continue speaking. So that was my suggestion about extempore. Now coming to the main interview. So my interview started with the female professor. The female professor started by asking what you did in your work ex. I explained whatever I did in marketing, in advertising, in creating ads, everything, all that I did, I explained it to her. And then she said that what metrics you used for measuring the success of a campaign. I told them about click-through rate, impressions, how many people actually went to the landing page, the thank you page, how I run campaigns and how I measured the outcome of that, the return on the money invested, all of these things. I explained it to them. Then they said that how do you make a web page better for your customers? Suppose you are given a responsibility of making a web page better. I told them that these are the few things which I will look at. I will also look at what my competitors are doing, and then also try and make it more interactive so that it doesn't look very much mundane and a flat web page. It looks pretty interactive. After that, she asked me that why MBA after content creation, after acting. I explained it to her why I do want to do an MBA, what are my future aspirations, all of that things. So then she ended her questions, and the male professor, he took over. So the first thing he asked me, that explain AIDA model. I explained it to him. Then he said that where does the marketer's role come in when influencing the customer's purchase decision? I explained how the marketers come in, how an advertisement or a promotion or a purchase decision is can be influenced by actually tweaking through the ads, and also explaining to the customer what our products and how are they better from our competitors. Then he asked me, how would you find out how many blue cars are there in the locality? I told about doing market surveys, doing market research, about going and asking the showrooms how many cars they have sold which are blue in color. He was not convinced with that answer. Then he said that derive a mathematical formula or an expression for finding out the shortest and the best route from going from the hotel to the airport. Now, I was saying that these are the assumptions we can take, that we, first of all, I have to look at what vehicle I will take, whether will I go in a bus or a bike or an auto or a shared cab. Then I said that I will also check on Google Maps or some other maps whether there is some road blockage or which is the shortest route. But he was not convinced. He was asking for a mathematical formula or a mathematical expression, to which I answered this, but I could not derive any kind of mathematical expression. That was a bad thing. I would not say bad thing, but he was not that convinced. So then he asked me that what are your hobbies? I told them about YouTube vlogging. I told them about my acting. I told them about the cashbacks thing. Then he asked me why Shillong, why IIM Shillong. I told why IIM Shillong. Campus is so beautiful, and how IIM Shillong is actually called the campus in the clouds. Such a beautiful campus, and it's as beautiful as this property. It's so beautiful. I'm every time I'm talking, I'm just looking around. So the next he said that one policy of Modi government you liked. I said about that one policy, one thing which I actually mentioned about GST, which actually changed the entire business landscape in India. That is one thing which I mentioned. Second, I mentioned PM Awas Yojana, and because of that, many people have. When I was doing my internship in my undergrad with Art of Living NGO, I actually went ahead and spoke to many of them, did many surveys. There only found out that the PM Awas Awas Yojana actually helped a lot of poor people into building good homes who were staying in temporary huts, kind of a thing. Then he said, any recent news you're following about India and US? I mentioned that. He also asked me, any recent about India and UK that you're following? I also mentioned that. And then he said that, okay, that should be all. Thank you so much. I said that, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. And have a great stay in Kolkata. They said, you too. Then I said, sir, I'm from Kolkata. Oh, then they said, oh, you're from Kolkata. Then have a wonderful stay in your home. So we laughed. And then they said that you can take a candy. I took a candy. And then they said, you can leave. So that was about the interview experience. The interview lasted for about 20 minutes, 5 minutes extempore, and about 14 to 15 minutes of interview. I wouldn't say that it was grilling. It was, as they rightly mentioned, it was a personal interaction. Yes, he was trying to put me in stress situations by asking me mathematical formulae and all, which I could not answer. But overall, it was a very chill interview, very conversational one. And I believe you should not stress much about how the interview will go, because in one of the panels I've also heard that the interviews are actually taking feedback from the candidate, that were we grilling you, were we very much harsh on you. So what I found out was it will be chill only. So that was about my interview experience. So, guys, that was my IIM Shillong interview experience of 2024. This was my last offline interview. I hope this video was helpful and insightful. If you like this video, please like this video, and please do hit the like button down below. It's just a click for you. But for us YouTubers, it really helps us and our channel grow. Please subscribe to my channel, because more MBA content, life in a B school, coming up very, very shortly. Please share it with your friends on Telegram and WhatsApp groups, and help your aspirant friends as well. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you all the very best who are awaiting your results. Also, do not forget to carry your admit card to the IIM Shillong interview. It's a very, very essential piece of document. Thank you so very much for watching. All the very best for your results. And this is me, Muktadeep Saha, signing off from my last interview from this very beautiful property of Oberoi Grand, Kolkata. Thank you so much.